Hello, my lovely, lovely friends. How are we doing today? I am the Mayflower Tarot, and you are here for another pick a card reading. Today we are looking at messages you need to hear on Valentine's Day, so I don't really call to do this. This reading is for anyone who feels like they need some sort of message on Valentine's Day for whatever reason, or for Valentine's Day, I should say. So, yes, this is Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. So we're going to be looking at where you are in romance, and then we're going to look at where you would like to be. So pretty much in your love life and romance, like where you're at right now in your life in terms of love. This isn't just strictly romance, this can also be like, love in a more general sense. So we're gonna look at that, and then we're gonna get the messages from your spirit team, from Spirit today, and we're gonna end with some lovely affirmations to have you on your way. I don't really like long tarot intros, so I'll see you in your reading. See you soon. Mwah. Hello, Group 1. This is for everyone who chose this stone and this deck. Okay, do you see this? This, when I was kind of like tapping in, this card wanted to show itself so bad, the Page of Cups. So we're taking it. Alright, we're asking where are you at? I'm gonna tap into this energy a little bit. I'm feeling some like daydreamy energy here. I'm feeling like you might be a divine feminine who's looking for more romance. I almost feel like instead of this being a cup, this could be like a rose. It's almost like picking the petals up. Like, does this person love me? Does he not? So I think all in all with the Page of Cups, like, you might be looking for a love offer. I don't know if it's from a specific person or just more general. Maybe both. Depending on who you are. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling, is that you are looking for an offer of love, for something that's more emotional. The Cups is water, it's more emotional. It's not exactly like, you're not looking to just get some. You're looking to feel something from this. Alright, where are you at right now in terms of love? My beautiful pile number ones. Where are you at in terms of love right now? I'm definitely feeling some romance, some spark here. Where is pile 1 at in terms of their love life? In terms of love, highest vibrational, most well-intentioned for all. Spirit team of pile number 1 and Spirit. Where's pile number 1 at in their love life? 9 of Wands in reverse. So I'm thinking with this 9 of Wands, do you see here how in this 9 of Wands there is this person? This looks like really tempting, but it also feels caging. So you may have gotten into experiences where in the past they haven't been, I'm feeling very restricted from this. So it just could have felt like when you were in love situations before, I'm trying to keep this general. When you were in your situations before, when it comes to love or romance, general love, it felt restrictive. It felt trapped. Yeah, but it felt inviting at first with this like figure here, like come here. Like that's how. This is a very interesting 9 of Wands. This was like tempting. So like if, for example, if you like were in a situation where like, you know, you're looking for something emotional. Maybe someone comes to you and they look really good. They're telling you they're going to give you a love offer. And it's actually like an F-boy. Like, this person is not going to give you what you want. I feel like you've been through this. Like, this isn't something that I feel like is coming towards you. I feel like you've already experienced this. And you're like, I'm not even going to deal with it anymore. I'm just not there. Yeah, I'm at the Ace of Cups in reverse at the bottom. Like, you are not going to settle for something that is not, like, emotionally fulfilling for you. Where is pile number 1 at in their love life right now, Spirit? Thank you. With the car, it's not flying out. I feel like perhaps it is stagnant for you at the moment. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Again, with this new beginning type of energy here. I feel like you're looking for something new. You're looking for something that... I'm also feeling like I keep seeing sparks. So like I feel like you want something that sparks you. You want something that's new, emotionally fulfilling, and isn't just like it fizzles out later, or it looks good at first and then doesn't pan out. Like you are looking for something that is more long-lasting. 3 of Swords, yeah. I feel like you've been through it, my pile number 1's a little bit sometimes. I feel like you have had some spiders, some snakes come up and stab you in the back, where they just felt like these were good options and they weren't. And Justice in reverse, yeah, you just really feel like these people in general were not for you, were not in your highest and greatest good. They didn't treat you right. And the King of Pentacles, now you're looking for something more stable. I'm just hoping the camera will focus. Now you're looking for something more stable. This is like my curtain in the background. Do you see this? You don't want no background stuff though. Like you don't want like, wait, maybe that's the camera. Anyway, you don't want like no strings attached here. Oh, wait, maybe you want strings attached, but you don't want like you don't want to get into a situation where it turns out to not be what you want. Like it turns out to be restrictive. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Interesting. I actually want to get a clarifier for Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. And then the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Kind of what I'm getting here, maybe this will be more expanded on as we go on, with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, is that you might be running away from something. Oh shoot, these need to be like this so you can see the reverse. I always forget. Because this person right here is kind of looking very longingly at stability, is kind of how I'm seeing this here. But I feel like you're also like packing up and running from something that you're afraid of. There could be like an offer coming into you at the moment. If this is more general, just kind of take it as like love in general or abundance in general. Kind of just fit it to your situation, if it resonates too. Is that you, my lovely pile ones. Yeah, I mean, look at like this hawk right here, like going for this pentacle. Like, I feel like you, in general, like there's something coming towards you, and I feel like you want to reject it. And I don't know if that is like in your highest and greatest good, or if it's just kind of a response to what's happened in the past, maybe you aren't sure. But that's kind of the energy that's coming through. I feel like this kind of answers the next question of where you'd like to be. Like, I feel like where you're at is you're just dreaming about where you want to be. But we're still going to ask the question anyway. And where would pile one? I'd like to be in love, spirit, highest vibrational and most full intention for all. Spirit team of pile number one. Only messages in the highest resonance, in the highest light, please, and for the greatest good of all. Where would pile one like to be in romance? In love. Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, none of that bull. None of that bull stuff. Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. You don't want to sign yourself away. I really feel like in the past you might have been in situations that are just controlling. You know, almost like you're signing your life away. I feel like you just don't want the darkness of the past to repeat, my pile ones. I feel like that's where you'd like to be. This almost just feels more to me like if I had to sum this whole reading up right now, like that you are wanting more stability in your love life, you're wanting more of like romance, or you're just wanting more love in general. However, you're afraid that like the demons of the past are going to slip in, that old habits are going to slip in, that you're going to repeat something. With death. Yeah, you want to let this go. You don't want to repeat this. You don't want to be in the same cycle. Where does pile one want to be in love? I feel like, going back to that Knight of Pentacles before, I think that's just what you expect. I think you expect, like, offers to come in that are like the ones that are before. I think that's just, like, that's kind of been your experience, so I'm feeling like that is what you expect to come. The Hanged Man. I also feel like there's some trouble surrendering this, though. This is the Hangman in reverse. I'm getting some dizziness from this. Maybe this, like, your love situations in the past have just made you really dizzy. Made you feeling like, I have no idea, like, what I'm doing here. And then Seven of Wands. Again with this, like, so you see in this one how there's like some darkness coming at her? And she's kind of like running away from it. Focus blurs. There's some darkness coming towards her and she's like running away from it. This was reversed. Wait. This is reversed for you? No. So it's almost like I feel like you want to end this cycle, but I don't know if you are in a place right now where you're willing to like face why this is happening, if that makes sense. Like, I almost don't know. I don't think it's like conscious. Like, I don't think you're like, I don't want to do the work. I just want to have a good romance. I just think perhaps you aren't surrendering to what is right now and really doing that inner work of like, what is causing this cycle to continue? Yeah, I think you just feel trapped by this. You want that change with the 5 there. But you're the one in the white dress and those are the demons. You're like, I'm tied and this person is like not gonna cut me down. Like, this is like not something that I can go through. Or just pile 1 want to be in love. Spirit. That one just flew out. Did you see that? The sun. The sun. You just want to be happy. I also feel like you want, with this girl here, it's kind of riding. I feel like you almost just want to like glide into your new love situations, like kind of just ease into it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here, where it's just like, it's not hard. It's not like you need to force something to happen. 10 of Cups in reverse. There's again this fear here. This fear that this is going to repeat itself, that you're not going to find this person. For some context, this is clarifying this card, but this like isn't really supposed to be clarifying the other ones, but I'm kind of getting that maybe that's what we're supposed to do here. So that's not always how I read, but that's how we're doing it apparently. So that's how Spirit wants me to do it. So I'm being called to the numbers first off. So I think that for you, or some advice coming in, that this could be a process, right? This might not even be like you end the cycle that you're on and you immediately go into the ease, right? That's not surrendering to the natural process. Yeah, I think you just feel like you're gonna like sign yourself away. I think a good example of what I'm feeling right now is kind of like if you're a feminine person, if you are identify as a female, and perhaps you've been in relationships with men or relationships without, you know, putting the gender in this, like relationships just in general, there is a power dynamic where they are in control over you. And this might not be like, you know, I'm feeling this could be like on a continuum here. Like for some of you, it might be like they control your every move. And then for some of you, it's like they don't control your every move, but they're controlling something. So we're just how, whoa, 1 want to be in love. Okay. Okay. 10 of Wands. Do you like pain? Are you a masochist? Look at this seductive energy though. Like, this 10 of Wands isn't like a person that's defeated. It's like you're tempted by this. There's something that tempts you about this dynamic here. Okay, we're gonna go into some messages from Romance Oracle, but then I actually want to come back to Tarot for a little bit, and then do affirmations, and we'll end your reading, my pal ones. Wanted it to be a little bit of a shorter reading today. So now we're gonna go into the messages for you. Where does pile 1 want to be in love? Or no, what is the messages from Spirit about love? Keep an open mind. It says, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and experience. I mean, I think that's just, like, in general, if you want to end this cycle, like, what people you're going after. Are there signs that you could be looking for that, like, get away from this? Pay attention to the red flags. This is literally what I was just saying. Like, what are the red flags here that you see with a person that tell you... I think if you want like a step 1 by one, pay attention to the red flags of people who like create a list of the red flags that get you into the previous cycle. Like, what do you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself, oh, it's gonna be fine, like this person could be different? Like, do you try to fix people? Like, I'm getting for a lot of you, this is a different reason, right? For those of you who this is for a relationship, this is because of, well, not all of you. I'm never gonna be like, yo, this is for everyone, this is what you're experiencing. This is just what Spirit's telling me, okay? It's because of attachment. I think there's some sort of attachment style that you get into with people. And perhaps you, like, will just tell yourself. You'll kind of just, like, fake yourself into it. You're like, this is different, this is fine. And perhaps it's not. Girl, I can't tell you how much I feel this reading. Alright, flirt. This says, extend your lighthearted energy to others and codependency. So with this, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, you feel like... It's almost like a high from this. Like, you might feel high from codependency. Like, you might feel high from this power dynamic where it's like, this person cares about me because they're controlling me. I feel good in... Alright, this is getting a little heavy, so really just take it resonates. I feel good in, like, negative situations. Like, I feel a high when someone doesn't treat me right. Is it safe for you to love? I think this is like a really good question to ask before you get involved in anyone. Is this really a safe person for me? Have they proven to me that they're safe? Have they shown me, maybe not proven, but have they shown to me that they are a safe person for me to do X, Y, and Z with, to share X, Y, and Z with? Open your heart and you will receive the highest energy of all. So kind of what I'm getting from these, just to sum it up, is to keep an open mind about new people coming into your life. Kind of think about the people you want in your life, or the kind of love you want in your life. And then really examine, like, your relationships and what are the red flags here. Because, I mean, this whole reading has been you don't want this to continue, but you're feeling the allure of it. You're feeling the pull, the magnetic pull, the devil, if you will. Like a devil's offer or something from this. So I'm gonna get some messages from Tarot, and then we'll close out with the affirmations. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even shoveled it yet, but the Wheel of Fortune and this is already coming out. So I think, again, this is kind of a message of, like, it's gonna be a process, my pile ones. Like, it might be something, like, you make small steps towards, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It might be like, oh, I saw this red flag this time when I was talking to this person, and then I got into this relationship and realized more quickly that this wasn't good for me. This wasn't in my highest and greatest good. Another message for you that could be good is, like, manifestation here. Like, once you kind of know the type of love you want into your life, like, imagine yourself getting that. And maybe even, like, manifesting a person, type of love, energy, what have you, trying to keep it general, that actively does not do what you have been engaging with. So for example, like, manifesting, going back to power dynamics, like manifesting someone who just doesn't like power dynamics, who's like, I don't engage with that, that's not for me, I don't think that's healthy. The Eight of Swords hasn't come out, but this kind of feels like an Eight of Swords type of situation. Where it's like, you feel trapped. However, there is a process and a way to get out of this. It doesn't happen overnight. There's some messages from Spirit. Highest vibration, most full intentions for all. Spirit team about messages that pile number 1 needs to hear for Valentine's Day. 7 of Swords. Coming out again. Don't run away. Don't run away. Getting some scaredness too. Maybe doing this inner work scares you, my pile number 1s. Spirit is inviting you to engage with it when you're ready. King of Wands in reverse. I'm really feeling, my pile number 1s, that this situation might happen again. Which I know is exactly what you were afraid of. I think it's just like this time, like... yeah. Are you going to step away? Are you going to engage with it again once you see the red flags? Or are you going to walk away? Some of you might already be in a relationship like right now. And this is a cycle you're going around and around and around and around in. Yeah. 2 of Swords in reverse. I feel like you may feel like you don't have a decision, my pal number 1s. I think the thing here is that you might have more decisions than you think you do. And I'm not... oh, look. And then the 8 of Swords in reverse just came out. Oh my god. Yup. You feel trapped in this, and you know, I'm really not trying to diminish any situations here where perhaps like there's leases involved, legal stuff, financial, like that's not really the framework I'm coming at here. And if you are in that situation, like I'm not trying to shame you and tell you that you need to leave that right now. Like it's easy, just get out of there. Like it's not that simple. Or if like children's involved, like I've never been in that type of situation. And that's definitely not like what I'm trying to tell you is just get out. What Spirit is inviting you to do, my pile number 1s, is to look at what is happening and react to it differently. To engage with it in a different way than how you're engaging. And by it, I mean this cycle. What are messages that pile number 1 needs to hear on Valentine's Day? This might even be, for some of you, like you're afraid that the people who, you know, you are engaging with, the energies you engage with, like there might be like pushback. And I think that triggers you in a way, like, oh, maybe this person doesn't care about me anymore. I think Spirit is asking you to look at that. Spirit is asking you, like, is this true? Can I give love to myself? Can I invite love from Spirit? Like, what are some other forms of love? Maybe that's like, you know, outside of this person. So, I mean, the beginning message is basically, pile 1, the situation is going to happen again. There's a high chance it's going to come through again. I think this time it's like how you react to it. The world's in reverse. What's coming up again and again, pile number 1, for you as well, is this sort of like catastrophizing here. This sort of like, things can't get better. And that's kind of what I mean with the 8 of Swords. It's very powerful, my pile number 1s, to even just believe for a second that things could be different, that there's a reality outside of this. And Spirit's inviting you, as much as you can, as much as it feels accessible, to try to look outside of your situation at different dynamics you could be in. Even if it's like something far away into the future, like you're waiting for your kids to grow up, or like you're waiting until your lease ends, or you're waiting until you know, figure out how to move through this cycle. Like, you know, just kind of like, I think Spirit is asking you that you could daydream a bit more about this, kind of like how we were in the beginning, but like not in a way that supports this cycle. Daydreaming in a different way, like about a different kind of love, a different kind of dynamic that just doesn't turn out like how this cycle keeps turning out for you. 10 of Cups in reverse. It's again my pile number 1s. You're going through it. I just forgot how I'm supposed to put it for you. I'm really feeling like this is going to be something that's hard for you. And that's why Spirit is just inviting you to even think about it. I'm getting an image of YouTube, so maybe like hearing other people's stories about this might be helpful. Like hearing other people's personal stories of how they've been in this cycle and how they got through it and how things changed. Alright, there's the Hierophant here, and there's also the Lovers. So I think you're going, again, to be tempted by, ooh, I'm getting like two things with this. So with both these cards together, you're going to be tempted by the structures that have already been put in place. You're going to be tempted by the cycles that you've already been in. With the Lovers here, what I'm kind of getting is like, you're going to be tempted by both whatever the devil's offer is and by ending the cycle itself. So maybe that's progress in itself, my group number ones. Perhaps like even being like, yeah, I'm not engaging with this as much anymore. Like, I do want to weigh out. Like, perhaps that's the progress in itself that you're at the moment. Don't mind my, like, nail here. I'm getting them done tomorrow. Perhaps that's where you're at right now. Okay, I'm feeling like getting one more card and then moving on to the affirmations. Queen of Swords in reverse. I just want you to take a look at how this Queen of Swords looks when she's upright. It came out in reverse for you. Do you feel like you could be someone like this who is powerful, fights off whenever they don't, doesn't really invite anything that they don't want to into their lives? They're like, I don't have to do that. I'm a queen. It just comes to me. Can you imagine it? If you can, it's okay. I think Spirit is just asking you to think about it. What that could look like. I'm also feeling some sass. Maybe you want to be sassy, I feel. Rest. I think that resting too is something that you want. Maybe perhaps this cycle just isn't very restful. It just keeps repeating and repeating. And letting it go and surrendering. It's kind of how I feel like perhaps you might want to be more. The kind of how you want to react to this. Alright, we're gonna go and get some lovely affirmations for you, and then that'll be the end of your reading, pile number one. What are some affirmations for our pile number ones on Valentine's Day? As in their highest and greatest good, and the highest and greatest good of all souls involved. What are some affirmations for our lovely pile number ones? Spirit. This is: the ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All of my needs and desire. I don't even know if you can actually see this. I don't know if it's gonna like turn around or not. So I'm just gonna read it. All of my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. This is exactly what we're going back to when we're talking about that, like, Queen of Swords energy. It's like, instead of attaching to, like, this person, like, begging for attention, it's kind of like flipping the script. Like, it comes to me. Like, I don't need to go searching for your love. If you're not giving it to me, I ain't giving it to you. Affirmations for our pile number ones. Spirit affirmations for pile number one. Yeah. All that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. I think this is again about trusting the cycle, trusting where you're at. Knowing that all can be well. Something that I like to say if I am not in a space where I feels like if I can't feel this, sometimes I'll even say like, I am open to that everything can be okay. Or like, it can be okay. I don't know how, but it can be. Even just like, ooh, when did this fall out? Even just like opening yourself up to that experience even a little bit Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I'm at in my life. I'm gonna get one more, my pile number ones. And freedom is my divine right. Yes, my pile number ones, yes. Freedom is your divine right. You do not have to stay in situations that don't serve you. You just don't. It's not that simple, I understand. But freedom in this lifetime is your divine right. It can be your divine right. It can happen for you. Alright, my pile number one. That's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped in some way. I hope it's what you needed to hear for Valentine's Day. If you like this content, feel free to like and subscribe. Ways to connect with me are in the description box below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my pile number ones. Mwah. Hello, pile two. This is for everyone who chose this Rose Quartz Angel. And this tarot, I think this is the Child of Litha. I am literally in memory of a fish, so just letting you know. But this deck is magical and I love it. It's all about like summer and morphing animals and humans, nature and humans. I love it. Anyway, not relevant to your reading, maybe. We'll see. So this is for anyone who needs messages on Valentine's Day. If you skip the intro, we're gonna be looking at where you're at right now in terms of love and your love life. I'm trying to keep it general so that if you are just kind of looking for more general messages about love and not necessarily relationships, that this reading can be for you. If you kind of see me like edge more towards romance, like, or, you know, love connections, there might still be messages for you, just kind of fit it into your situation. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. My pile number one, or twos. Oh my god, pile number one was kind of a trip. We'll see if you're a trip too. I told myself these were gonna be long readings, and here we are. So these cards are a little more stuck than usual, so you might be feeling stuck, my pile number twos. We're gonna see. Where's pile one at right now? The Devil in reverse. Where's pile two at right now in terms of love, in terms of where they're at in their life on Valentine's Day? Four, wait, this is four, right? Yeah, Four of Cups in reverse. Where's pile two at in terms of their life, their love life, love in general on Valentine's Day? Queen of Swords. One more. Where's pile two at on Valentine's Day? Is the King of Cups. And I kind of want to... What is the word I'm looking for? Specify? Clarify. Oh my gosh, who am I? Here I am reading tarot all the time and I'm like, what is this word? Can we clarify the Devil in reverse? Please, highest vibrational, most well-intentioned for all, spirit guide, spirit team, strength in reverse. I'm telling you right now, if you were like also drawn on pile number one, there might be messages for you in there, especially near like the second half. Or maybe you're just also watching pile number two, pile number one. You're like, I need more. Clarify, Four of Cups in reverse is the Empress. Oh my god, wait. I think it needs to be like this. I always forget. Because it's like, has to be opposite for me. Queen of Swords. Can you clarify Queen of Swords, please? World in reverse. And then the King of Cups, clarify please, Spirit, is the Four of Pentacles. Another four. So four might be a number here that is specific for you. There's also 8 in strength here. I like not even showing the card, huh? There's also 8 in strength here, so this is very interesting. I don't know where I want to start. And then Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So where are you at right now, pile 2? Okay, let's start with the Devil in reverse and the Strength in reverse. I feel like you are at a point right now. You might be like wanting more intimate, perhaps sexual encounters. My cat was like, when I said that. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but my cat was like, There's just this energy that I'm picking up on with this. It's almost like you feel like you cannot get out of your devil energy. Like you just don't feel like you have the strength to tame your lion. And this feels very much like a specific person or specific energy. This doesn't feel like, because pile 1, it was like their shadows, their darkness. For you, this almost just feels like it doesn't necessarily need to be like your shadows or your darkness. It almost just feels like a person or a thing. You're like, I just keep going back to it. With the 4 of Cups in reverse, kind of what I'm really feeling from this card is that you're almost like swimming away from what you feel like you want. Like you're almost like slowly just like sinking deeper and deeper into what you don't want, into... You're like going away from a rebirth. You're going away from starting something new. You're getting away from this energy, the Empress energy, from heightened divine feminine, giving back to yourself, receiving, being kind to yourself. It's like that is not happening here. And I think this is the part where I'm like, fit it into your situation. It might be energies, maybe it's just not for you. But these messages are for people who are in a relationship. So here I'm getting a feminine energy and a masculine, right? Who knows which are which? You pick. You know yourself better than I do. Maybe it'll focus, maybe it won't. There we go. So if you see here, they're looking away from each other. They're not on the same page here. They're not really in the same places or the same energy. I have to inch my nose. The Queen of Swords, it just feels like so tempting. Like, but it almost feels like their love comes with like a string attached or something. Like, I love you, but I'm gonna like hurt you. And you're gonna love it and you're gonna enjoy it. Well, the King of Cups here is really just looking for more stability emotionally. They're looking for more... Especially with this 8 of Pentacles. So you might be the masculine in this sense. But with the World in reverse, really what I'm getting here is that this person or this energy, this Queen of Swords energy, is like going away from what you want for yourself. This might be like a long-term relationship for some of you. This almost feels like a very similar message, but a different dynamic from pile number 1. Yeah, and again with the stability, like I feel like this King of Cups, like I'm just feeling like, alright, like dad energy, where you just like sit on the porch and read like your paper every day. I feel like that's almost like what y'all want. Like you just want like a stable, like, routine or stable relationship, stable something here. And then this Queen of Swords comes in and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, can we just like not for today? Like, can you just stop? But yeah, all in all, you're in a place where you're, ooh, Tower as well, where you want change. Like, you want something more stable. You want something more stable. And with this here, I almost feel like you know that there needs to be some sort of death involved. There needs to be some sort of change involved with this in order to have a new stable beginning. So Again, with pile number 1, we kind of know where you want to be, but we're still going to ask the tarot. Where would you rather be right now? In terms of your life, in terms of love. Oh my gosh. Oof, pile number 2. Here I was like, oh, maybe it won't be heavy. It's okay, it's where you're at. I know those are my types of readings. I'm like, let's just do something lighthearted and fun for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh. Okay, where would you like to be in terms of love and oh my goodness. Okay. We're not taking all of them, but I am gonna say with the Hierophant that came out here, it might be like you looking for something like a new routine or something new that's stable. Where's pile number 2 want to be? Oh gosh, pile number 2, this is exactly what I was picking up on. I feel like if you're in a relationship, you want to go. You want to be outie. This is a general energy or a general like sense. You just want to leave the situation that you're in, leave the cycle that you're in, leave it behind. It's not serving you anymore, and I don't even feel like you're feeling that much like love from it anymore. I don't feel like you're feeling what you want to feel out of this situation. We're just, oh my gosh, now they're like flying out. Okay, so can we just be real here for a second? Pile number 2s. This came out in reverse. You want to say goodbye to this. You want to leave. You want it to go bye-bye. What is this? Page of Pentacles in reverse. So I actually feel like from this, what I'm picking up on here, is that there's going to be a false, take it if it resonates, there might be a false new beginning for you in terms of this situation. Maybe you're like restarting the relationship, or like moving, or opening up the relationship, or if this is more of an energy, it might be like if this is something you're facing internally, it might be something like you're gonna lie to yourself and say it's gonna be different, or it's gonna change, or that it's okay for you to engage in whatever you're engaging with. When in reality, it's not on your highest and greatest good. That's not going to bring a stable new beginning. That's what I'm picking up on with the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like that's what you want, and there might be some sort of temptation here. Like, this Queen of Swords might offer that to you, but it's not in your highest and greatest good. It's just going to look like it is. And I'm also getting a manipulative energy from this. Maybe this person knows this. Maybe they know how to play you. They're like, they know how to say to you something that'll make you believe that it's going to be a stable new beginning, but that's not the intention here. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so usually with the Knight of Pentacles, or Pentacles in general, they're very slow moving energy, but I almost get here like there's just so much like earth energy here by pile number 2s. I feel like you want to pick up and run, but you want to do it in a way that like ensures your stability. It's like, what I get here is that you want to hightail it out of here, but you don't want to do it in a way that like isn't in your highest and greatest good. That like is going to set you up for failure. That doesn't like set you up with your finances right, and like your housing, and like your other relationships. Like, I feel like you want all of your ducks in a row before you leave, but this is what you want to do. See, they're like flying out. Like, I feel like you just want to get the F out of there. So where does pile number 2 want to be? In their love life, and love, and life in general. Where does pile number 2 want to be? Yeah, I feel like you want to be in energies that are more just like lighthearted. Like, I feel like you want to be with friends. I feel like you want to be in just like a different space in life. Like, I'm feeling some flowing energy here too, kind of what we were facing before with that 4 of Cups. I feel like you just want to flow into something different. I don't think you want to engage in this cycle though, in this connection, in this energy, whatever it is. I feel like you want to just kind of get out of it for a little bit and circle around different kinds of energies, different kinds of people. Almost like with these are all kind of the same colors, but like the flavors of the cups are different, if that makes sense. So like kinship with the people around you, maybe you're engaging in different types of activities or different types of personalities. I mean, with the Wheel of Fortune, you just kind of, again, like you just want it to be like next year so you can be out of this. Like, I'm really feeling like winter melts into spring. So if you are watching this when I'm uploading it, this is timeless. But if you are watching this when it's uploaded, It is February right now in the, oh my gosh, geography. It's winter right now. I swear I have a college degree. So, so it's winter right now where I'm at, in the United States of America. And although we're not really united right now, but that's a whole other thing. So, there might be like some sort of change here come springtime or come summertime. If you're watching this in a different season or a different time, it might just be like, you know, I'm getting like 2 seasons, like not just one. So this might be like, you know, when summer turns into winter, that's when this is gonna change, or that's how you're thinking of your timeline right now. This feels, again, very calculated, like you're planning out every step. So like, I think you have an idea of like, okay, if I started today on leaving, like where would this be? Some of you might calculate time more by which seasons, months. I used to be really into witchcraft, so I was like, understood all of this, and now it's been a while. So if this is for you, if that's how you track time, then you kind of know your own timeline with this. Like, perhaps you're like in this many moons, or by this moon cycle, whatever it might be. Like, I'm gonna be out of here. Alright, 2 more. Where does pile 2 want to be? I know their life, love life. Like I said, that was gonna be the last 2, but I lied. Oh my gosh. This is very interesting. That's what you want your tarot reader to say, right? Okay, so with the Hermit here, this actually came out in reverse at first, this Hermit. Or, okay, let me tell you how it fell out. So, it fell out like this, and then went like this. And with the Knight of Swords as well here, you can kind of see that this person's killing the dragon. This is like a leaving energy. So it's almost like you're staying put for a long time, and then you just quickly get out. Like when you know that it's stable enough to get out. But I feel like with this, also in reverse, it's almost like telling me that you have the choice whether or not you actually want to leave or not. Like if you don't take action towards this, like this isn't gonna happen. And I think that might be hard for some of you to hear, because maybe you're wishing really badly for it to happen. Maybe some of you don't know where to start. I think that's why this Hermit is here. It's inviting you to think about how you do this, when to do it, how to do it, and not take into consideration the Queen of Swords. Not to take in consideration how other people feel, or how you may feel about this. If you know this is in your highest and greatest good, Spirit is inviting you to do it. Okay, so we're gonna get some messages from Romance Oracle. What are some messages in love? Pile number 2, highest vibrational, most ultimate for all. Spirit team. That one wanted to fly up, but we're not gonna take it. Spirit, what are some messages for pile number 2 for Valentine's Day? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So this is again talking about what I was talking about before. 333 just popped up. So for some of you, opening up your relationship, for some of you, moving, starting over, clean slate in your relationships, in your situation, this is what this is saying, is that there's going to be an offer for this. And I'm really feeling here, like if you take it, you're gonna know this is just self-sabotage. You know you're just gonna go into another cycle with this. What are messages for group number 2 on Valentine's Day that they need to hear? Codependency, and this actually came out in reverse. I don't always take this Oracle deck in reverse, but when I feel like it, when Spirit calls for me to, I do. So you're being called to end this codependent cycle. I feel like you know that it's time. I feel like you've been through this around and around and around. I don't feel like you're confused anymore. I feel like you know this isn't good for you. I feel like it might sound like I'm like screaming at you or shaming you. I swear I'm not. It's just like I'm kind of channeling the like energies around this and the emotions. Like you might just feel so tired from this. Like, you might feel like, oh my god, I know, I just can't do it. You might feel really addicted to this person. Like, you just can't stop. Attraction, you might feel very attracted to them. Like, this seems like an attractive option, this engagement. Like, it really does. It seems like, again, with that Queen of Swords, like, they're gonna put this right in front of your face. For some of you, they're going to try to have sexual relationships with you, and you have not done this in a long time. Like, and that's how they're gonna draw you back in. It's almost like, oh, we're gonna start doing this again. That's gonna be a regular thing for us. And it's not gonna last. They're using your long time without this. This even could be how they plan it, my group number 2s, where it's like, I'm gonna wait like months, I'm not gonna put out, and then I am, because I know they're gonna be so into it, like in that cycle of like intoxication, addiction to like, when am I gonna get it from my group number 2's relationship here? Express your love in reverse. So your message here is that you do not engage with this, right? This is the advice. Okay, this never happens, my pal number 2s. I have seen every single minute from 333, 444, and 555 on my camera when I look at it. That does not happen in any of the other groups, so this is really telling me that this is a big moment for you. This is something that's been a long time coming, and this might be very difficult for you to do. But you are being called not to engage with this. You are being called not to fall for this person's lies, this energy's lies, your own lies, if this is not a relationship. You are being called to F it off. That's what my brain keeps like, go away, goodbye. You are being called to not engage with this. What are some messages for number 2 in terms of love? In terms of their life for Valentine's Day, what do they need to hear? Valentine's Day, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Getting some like multiple messages from this card. So for some of you, this is internal, like getting to know yourself more. Kind of having those intimate conversations with yourself and getting to know, like, how do I feel about this? How does this situation really make me feel in all sorts of layers? For some of you, it's, again, another tactic from this toxic relationship where this person is going to try to connect with you on a deeper level, but it's not actually real. Like, they know that this is how you want to connect, and so they're connecting with you to manipulate you to think it's going to be deeper than it is. For others of you, like I said, 3 messages from this pile, or this card, y'all. For some of you, you're like, perhaps you're in like this relationship or in this cycle, but there's like something else happening here, like another person, another energy, and you're getting to know that person, you're developing a bond with them, and in a way, this feels like an out to this. And I don't know if it actually is my pile number 2's, but that's how it feels for you. What are some messages pile number 2 on Valentine's Day that they need to hear? It's actually this one, haha. Reconciliation. There's just again and again and again this message that there's going to be some sort of like resolution to this. And this like offer of love. I don't know how many times I can say it with pile number 2's. This is not it. If you get one thing from this reading, it's that this next offer from this person, this energy, this thing that you have been engaging with, it's not what it's going to seem like it is. That's the one thing you get. I did my job. It's going to look alluring. It's going to look like it ends the codependency. They might even say something really outright to you that you're like, whoa, they're being that real with me. Like, they might say, I've been codependent and I know it and I want to change. I think a part of this person knows that they cannot hold on to you forever. That eventually you are going to get fed up and go. And so that is why they're going this deep, my pile number 2's, is that they are not ready for that change. You are ready. Well, a part of you is ready. When I said that, I felt like, What are some messages that pile number 2 needs to hear on Valentine's Day? Alright, we're gonna take this card, but not these. Keep an open mind. I'll explain what that means in a second. And this could be the one. This feels like fresh energy here. So, and then true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. I'm feeling double meanings from these cards yet again. So, again, for some of you, this is going to feel like fresh and new, and it's not. It is not it. This is another warning. Please, my phone number 2s. I feel like I kind of like said that and beat that to death though. So I want to get into more of the other messages that I'm getting from these cards, which is like, there seems to be some other alternative option. This kind of feels like, again, with getting to know each other, that there's another option, another person here that feels more open, that feels more free. And this could be like, this could be the person for you, or this could be the true love that you've been looking for, the energy that you've been searching for. It's like this option is like literally here for you, like right out in the open. And I think you've been closing ourselves off to it. It almost just feels like you want to go towards it, but like you just haven't. Like you've just been so sucked up in this. It again feels a little self-sabotagey, so that might just be something that you deal with. My pile number 2 is self-sabotage. This person knows that you deal with that. Oh my goodness. They really do know how to work you. I'm telling you, they know how to work you. Great. I feel like you got that message. Watch it again. Watch that section again if it's still confusing. Just hear it again. Maybe that's what you need, pile 2s. I'm not judging you for that. I'm really not. Maybe you need to hear it more than once, because this person might really make you feel like you can't trust yourself. Well, that's just how you feel, is that you can't trust yourself. But this is how you're feeling, and it's okay. You're feeling this way for a reason. So what are some messages that pile number 2, we're still on 2, right, needs to hear for Valentine's Day? I let go of all expectations. This is about everything. About your next step. This is true surrendering right here, is how I feel. And what's interesting is this person, it's almost like what I'm getting is that you could open your eyes and kind of look into the future, and instead you're not. You're just surrendering it. Like, I have this thing here, and I don't even need to look. Like, I just know spirit has got me. So letting go of all expectations, like another way of saying that is like, I surrender fully. I am willing to change. I am willing to change. Maybe that's all you can say right now. Maybe you haven't said that to yourself yet, my pile number 2, is that you are willing to change. What are some messages that pile number 2 needs to hear on Valentine's Day? I keep saying on, but this is for. I say out to every negative thought that comes to my mind. No person, place, or thing has any power over me, for I am the only thinker in my mind. I create my own reality and everyone in it. Pile number 2, this again goes back to this connection as well. That you may not think that you have, again, 333 just came up for 13. Like, Jesus, pile number 2. You may not think that you can trust yourself here. You may not think that you can get out of this, that you can change your reality, and these cards are kind of asking you to be open to that and surrender it, knowing that it will happen. What is my last affirmation for pile number 2, please, Spirit? What does my pile number 2 need to hear? Woo-hoo-hoo. Huh, I love my life, came at the bottom of the deck. I love my life, growing something new. Haha. But the one that fell out that I said ooh to was this card. And it says, the point of power is always in the present moment. The point of power is always in the present moment. And do you see this person leaving? This was the perfect card to end your reading, pile number 2. Making those steps towards something different. Growing something new. Walking away slowly and planning it all out the way you need to do it. Alright, pile number 2, that's where I'm leaving it. I hope that was helpful for you. Wishing you all the best in your situation. It sounds really stressful. I really hope that this helped you in some way. It's what you needed to hear. So if you want to connect with me, everything's down in the description box below. If you want to support my channel, everything's down there. Like and subscribe if you want to see more readings. I also do talking videos. You might be interested in those. It's a lot about self-development, self-growth, finding joy in the darkness. So I don't usually say this at the end of my readings either. This might be something like you're interested in, pile, too. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and I love you so much. Bye, pile number 2. Hello, pile number 3. This is for everyone who chose this stone. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of the stone. But it's so pretty. It'll focus. What I love about this stone when I was researching it once is that people said it's almost like a stairway up. It's like stairway up to height. Oh wow, it's like out of focus. Like, never mind. Don't say this, May. They're like, no one wants to hear this. Okay. I'm gonna be real honest. Pile number 2 and 1 were a little bit of a trip. And you can be a trip too if that's where you're at, pile number 3. But I'm feeling a lighter energy from y'all, so if you skip the intro, this reading is for messages on Valentine's Day. I'm just getting them a new. We're gonna look at where you at right now in your love life. We're going to look at where you'd like to be, and we're also going to get some messages for Valentine's Day in general. So let's get into pile number 3. Where are you at right now in your love life? And I'm gonna try to keep this general, so you know, if you are not in a relationship right now, or you're not in a relationship dynamic, this can also be like a certain energy, an internal like cycle happening. You know yourself better than I do, so fit it to your situation, my pile number 3s. All right, where is pile number 3 at right now in terms of love and love life? We have the Star. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. These are such beautiful cards. We have the Star. I'm really feeling the Star's energy from this too, just like very, I feel like, yeah, I don't know if you would consider yourself a spiritual pile, my group number 3s. Hold on, we're gonna adjust the lighting. Pile number 3, I had to adjust that lighting. I could just, like, this was just so, like, whitewash. So, I mean, I'm gonna show you all the cards. It doesn't look like they're gonna come up, I'm 100%, but I want you to be able to see at least a little bit. I don't know if you would consider yourself a spiritual pile, my group number 3s, but I'm really feeling here is that you may have been calling upon the Star's restorative energy during this time to really replenish and fill you, knowing that that's like an endless amount of like restorative energy. Where's pile number 3 at right now? There is the Four of Wands in reverse. Where's pile number 3 at right now in terms of love, life in general? The Emperor. Oh, this deck is just so beautiful. I like literally can't. Where's pile number 3 at right now? I am getting some messages, but I really want to get some more of the story here before I tell it to you. Where's pile number 3 at right now? 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords. So I got 2 and 4 here. Is the Emperor 6? Or is that 4 too? You know, I don't know numbers. I'm a social work major. I'm not actually in school anymore. I was actually a women's gender studies major. Anyway. 246 or 244 is here. Where's pile number 3 at right now? Okay, so here's kind of the story that's coming through right now, kind of the messages. So what I'm getting right now is that you could have been in a situation where you were kind of just keeping your head down, or you were kind of looking down on it like, I don't know what to do, my friend. Like, I don't know how to be in this situation. I don't really know what to do. I feel like everyone's kind of out to get me here. I feel like no one's really on my side. And I feel like what you did was that you took matters into your own hands and you made a decision. And this decision was based on your values, on your code and how to live life. Okay, Naruto, if you watch Naruto, he literally says all the time, like, his ninja way. I freaking love Naruto, but like, that's kind of what's coming through, is I feel like you have values and certain ways that guide you to live your life, and that you stuck to them in this situation. And I feel like you're kind of on the other side of this decision, and you're kind of just calling upon this star to restore you after this decision that has been made. I kind of want to see what this decision was. Can you tell me, Spirit, like, what this situation that pile number 3 is in, where are they currently at? Strength. It required some strength from you. It wasn't like, whatever decision or choice you made, this wasn't like an easy choice for you. Like, this, you had to kind of come out of, so I'm getting that you might be a shy person, or maybe not a person who like asserts yourself very often. You really might have had to in this situation. For some of you, this might be like, this is general, right? So apply it to your situation. This could be as small as like an interaction between you and your partner, or partners if you're poly, and kind of asserting your boundary. Or this could be as big as like leaving a relationship, making an entire life change based on your values. What situation is this? Where's Pal the right now? 7 of Cups. Yeah, you... Oof. Oh my goodness. You had to take the mask off on a situation. Something was happening and you were like, I need to unveil the truth. I need to just say what I need to say here. And you took off the mask and you let this go. You let it die. Whatever this illusion was, whatever this was, my pile number 3s. You took off the mask and you're letting it go. You're letting this negative thing, this toxicity, you're letting it go. This is powerful. A card just fell. Everything's falling apart. That might have been how it was for you. It felt like everything was falling apart for a minute. High Priestess in reversed. I'm actually getting that it was... I'm getting that it was actually upright. You used your intuition for this decision. I feel like the 3D world was telling you not to make this decision. I think there might have been signs that you picked up on where you might have thought the universe was telling you not to do this, that maybe your parents, your friends, your loved ones, your connections, your acquaintances, they might have been involved in this somehow and told you no. Like, maybe things will change, maybe things will get different. And you were like, no, this is like what I know I need to do. You knew you need to do this and you took action on it. You did not like feel that this is what you needed to do and then not do it. Where's pile number 3 at right now? One more, Spirit, thank you. 3 of Cups. Yeah, and I feel like now you're kind of focusing on other things. I feel like you're focusing on other energies that are lighter. With this, like, with these 3 people kind of looking away, I'm getting that this could be, like, maybe the people around you aren't exactly, like, happy about your situation. They could be potentially judging your situation, but they understand they don't have all the information. So maybe they don't agree with your decision, but at the same time, it's like, it's none of their business. So they're still around you, so they're like, okay, well, you're still our friend, or you're still our family member, so we accept you. This just feels like at the same time, like this is like a nonchalant decision, but also a really heavy decision. Like this could have been like you changing your clothes or something, like your gender expression perhaps. Like you were expected to be like a really feminine person, and then you're like, I'm just gonna wear jeans every day or sweatpants, or like I'm gonna start dressing like in a more masculine way. And everyone around you was like, what? Like, why are you doing this? I had to do some damage control after everything fell apart, so maybe that's where you're at too. I like had to, my camera died, everything kind of fell off the table, and I had to do some damage control. Maybe that's where you're at right now. I don't know, we'll see. Now we're gonna get where you'd like to be. My pile number 3s. Where would pile 3 rather be right now in terms of their situation, their love life? Where would they rather be on Valentine's Day in general? Picking up a heavy energy. Now, more heavier energy. Where would pile number 3 rather be right now? Spirit, highest vibrational, highest resonant, spirit team, spirit guides. Where would pile 3 rather be? The Hermit in reverse. Kind of what I'm getting here is that this decision might have been hard for you and emotional, and I feel like you don't want to be in like this energy of like wallowing or ruminating on what you're experiencing. The Two of Swords in reverse. I think like second guessing your decision here. So I'm getting again the emotion with this water here in the background. And like with this moon like cut in half. I think you knew you needed to make this decision, but that doesn't make it any less hard, right? I'm shuffling the cards again. I felt called to, so maybe some cleansing right now is what you would rather be doing. Some cleansing of these emotions, or just kind of like clearing out what doesn't serve you right now. Where would pile 3 rather be right now on Valentine's Day? Where would pile 3 rather be in terms of their situation, their love life? The Lovers in reverse. I'm really feeling from this card this energy of like, it's almost like again wishing you didn't have to make the decision. Like if you had to leave someone, like you're like, I wish I could have just gone back to this. This is interesting, pile number 3, because I'm feeling like for a good amount of you, like let's just say, we'll take the scenario again of in a relationship, like you kind of knew you needed to leave and you might have been mourning this for a while. Like this wasn't like an overnight decision. However, you still kind of miss this dynamic that you had, or you still miss some things that you guys used to do together. So even though you know you need to do it, and like, because this doesn't feel like a raw decision, it almost just feels like I already knew this for a while and I just left, or I just like ended this, or I made the decision that I needed to make regardless. I already knew, I already had time to process it, now I'm just like had to do it and it feels like it sucks. Like this doesn't feel like something bad happened and I needed to leave and I'm crying every day about it. You still might be crying, but this doesn't feel like raw emotion here. And the 8 of Wands, I'm getting this is in reverse, so I think you'd rather end conflict. I feel like you would rather be in a space where you really can just restore. So I don't know if conflict is like continuing to happen. I don't know if you feel like the emotions are just like flooding in and not really letting up. But I think you'd rather be just like in a more restorative place right now. Where would pile 3 rather be? I feel like maybe getting a lot of downloads right now. Maybe the music is too loud. Maybe something is too loud, like your thoughts. To turn down this music, it is like, I was like, what? I cannot do this. 6 of Pentacles. I think that with this, kind of what I'm getting from this is this person is giving, right? And I almost feel like you want to be in this energy of like giving to people. Like maybe you're a giver, or there's just like something you'd rather be doing that fulfills you, that you want to be doing. So let's just say like you love hiking and it's like the middle of winter and you're like, I love hiking but I don't do it in the middle of winter. It's like that's something you'd want to be doing right now, but for some reason you're not able to. Like this feels like something that is like a restorative practice that for some reason is not accessible right now. Where pile would they rather be at? King of Wands in reverse. I'm getting to clarify that. So can we clarify the King of Wands in reverse, please, Spirit? The Nine of Swords. Again, with this letting go of conflict, letting go. I mean, the Nine of Swords wanted to come out earlier. So it was flashed to me a couple times before it came out. Oh, this is in reverse. Maybe this little animal here is significant to you, maybe, I don't know. I feel like with this, it's almost like this unhealed masculine energy you want to let go of. I feel like it was just causing you so much stress. I'm feeling a lot of emotions from this card pile number 3. You really just want to let go of this. That's where you're at. Oh my. And you're ready for that new beginning, let me tell you. A new passionate beginning, something that fulfills you more. Feeling like some really like strong energy from this, like punching and going for it. Like I feel like that's where you'd rather be. And I think you know that's on the horizon. I think you've been in situations like this before, pile 3, so I feel like you know exactly where it's going to end up. And then 2 of Cups. So I feel like you even know that if you had to leave a relationship that you're going to get into another one that fulfills you more. It's just that this one, like, do you see here how this cup is filled a lot more than this one? Perhaps you were feeling someone else's cup or someone else's feelings. You basically were more focused on the other person, other thing, other family member, whatever it may be, than yourself. And now you're focusing more on yourself. And you know that in the future this is going to be more balanced. It's just right now it's not. Right now you know, just got out of something, you were giving so much more than you were getting. Okay. Very interesting, pile number 3. I'm really not getting this a lot about love. I mean, for some of you, it might be like leaving a relationship, but I guess I'm not getting romance. That's what I should say more. We're gonna get some messages from the Romance Oracle, and I'm also getting to get some messages for you from Tarot, so we're gonna do that too. I read very intuitively in what Spirit tells me to do, so I don't always do like the same sort of structure for every group. So I did get Tarot Fruit number 1 and not 2, and I'll get Tarot for you for messages. So what are some messages that pile number 3 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? How many is this? This is a little too many. What are some messages pile number 3 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? Now 2 came out. Oof, deception. Again with the masks. Do you see here? Like, yo, you can't make this stuff up. Like, there is deception and masks here. I feel like something was going on that everyone knew about, and everyone was just pretending that, like, nothing was wrong, that nothing was going on, and you were the one to take it off. You were the one to be like, to talk about this, because it needed to happen, and you know it needed to happen. It's a long time coming. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. If it'll focus. I actually want to get a clarifier for that. Can you clarify romantic feelings, please? This could be the one. This is, yeah, in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you might still have feelings or attachments to this thing that you had to leave. Whatever it was, whatever you had to leave behind, whatever you had to take the mask off. A part of you wishes it could have just stayed there and been okay with it. And you know you weren't gonna be okay with it, but a part of you still kind of has those feelings for it, right? Like if you had to leave a person, like you still have those feelings for them. And then stay optimistic about your love life. This came out in reverse, so I really feel like you're not feeling optimistic about this right now. You are not, whatever the situation is, like the future of where you're at right now, you are not very optimistic about it. Let me get some messages for pile number 3 on Valentine's Day. Calling in your soulmate in reverse. Yeah, I mean, you are just not in a place for, you might have felt like you had to leave a soulmate, or you just feel like you're not in a place right now to have another sort of relationship. And the bottom of the deck is wedding. in reverse. So some of you might have had to call off a wedding here. Like, maybe the wedding was literally in like 3 days. I'm getting that if you did have to call off a wedding, that it was close. In a more general sense, you had to call off something that was big or that was upcoming. You know, you had to let go of a relationship that was very public and people knew about it. You had to like show up differently to an event or not go to something because you know it didn't align with your values. Whatever it was, it didn't line up with how you wanted to be in this world, and you had to like end that. You had to cut it out. You had to do what you needed to do. So let's get some messages from tarot here. If I can find it. Where did, oh, it's literally in front of my face. Okay, what are some messages from pile number 3's spirit team? And spirit, only messages of the highest resonance and the highest and greatest good of all souls involved be in this reading. What does pile 3 need to hear for Valentine's Day? What are some messages for them? Some advice, maybe. If that is what spirit wants to give you. Now what's coming through my mind. What are some messages that pile number 3 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? Spirit. 6 of Cups. What's always very interesting to me about this card is that if you see here, not all of these cups have flowers in them. There's one that a flower is about to go into and another one that this person is holding on to. So this almost feels like to me that this feels like something was ripped out of your heart almost. It's almost like you had a structure here and it was ripped out. I think a message that I'm feeling is that even if your heart feels like it's missing something, like a piece was literally ripped out, is that you can grow something new into it. Or a new person can come into it. What are some messages that pile number 3 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? The Emperor in reverse. There's a lot of second guessing here in my pile number 3's. It's almost like it comes from that inner child, that ego, and not from your intuition. It's like you had that hit and you knew you needed to do it, and you're just kind of feeling the aftermath of it. This feels like a kind of a low place, my pile number 3's. So that might be how you're feeling on Valentine's Day. I mean, if this was a person, maybe you had plans on Valentine's Day and you had to cancel them. The King of Cups. So this is kind of inviting you... This is almost like higher self energy to me. Like, this almost feels like... If you believe in higher selves, like, how would your higher self respond to this, my pile number 3's? I feel like your highest self would feel these emotions and also feel that star energy we talked about before, like that restorative, that like spirit told me to do this and I know I needed to do it, so I'm not going to feel bad about myself. I'm going to like invite in the stars energy. And I'm also feeling about how this might happen for you is that when you do this, it's going to be back and forth. Like, it's going to feel like you invite in the stars energy and you feel good and then you feel bad about it and guilty again or bad, whatever it is. And it goes back and forth. Your highest self would go with these emotions, would flow with them, and then still invite in that star energy. With the 8 of Pentacles, I'm getting that this is something you build towards. You know, this is hard work. Like, going this path, this higher self path, is not the easy one. The easy one is to buy ice cream from Shaw's, from 7-Eleven, and to eat it when you're lactose intolerant, and then you cry. Like, and I feel like you don't want to do that. I feel like you don't want to stuff anything down. You don't want to have to, like, get out of it. You want to, like, heal from it and feel good about your decision. I'm actually getting to leave your tarot there. So let me pick up this, and that'll be the end of your tarot. So 9 of Wands in reverse and the World. The World, I feel like here is your culmination. How do you say this? We're combining everything. Cumulative. It's cumulative of everything. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll see different animals right here. What I'm getting from this is that this is the energy they want you to be embarking on here. This to me feels like what could be happening, and this to me feels like what you're feeling like when you're watching this video. This to me feels almost like stuck and that you feel bad about yourself, and this to me feels like you're like, I'm free. Like, I'm free from this. Like, I feel like this is where I want it to be, and I'm gonna embrace it because I feel good about this. Like, you made this decision for a reason, pal number 3. I think you made it to feel more free, to feel more like yourself. And this part of yourself wants to express that. We're gonna close out your reading with some affirmations. My pal number 3s. What are some messages that pal number 3 needs to hear on Valentine's Day? Spirit tea. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I don't even know how I'm supposed to get to that. Alright, hold on. Alright. As I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times, and I am safe. This is really saying, my pal number 3, is that spirit is with you at all times, that you made this decision, your intuition told you to, and that you're embracing that. You're accepting it. Like, as you go about your daily life, it's almost like inviting that star energy and that spirit energy in. I mean, like, I made the decision for myself. I know what was good for me. What does pile number 3 need to hear on Valentine's Day? There's so many things wanting to come out. My pile number 3. I feel like there's many different, like, facets to this for you. I am mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. You made this decision for your highest and greatest good. I had to stop for a second because, like, it was cursive and I read cursive in a long time. I was like, what does this say? You made this to feel good, and I feel like if I can tell you one thing from this group, pal number 3, is that spirit is inviting you to feel good on Valentine's Day, to invite it in. That, like, I'm feeling for you again, this is gonna be an incremental process of inviting it in, feeling good, then feeling bad, feeling good, and feeling bad, feeling good, and feeling bad. And that's life. It's the human experience. And I think spirit is inviting you to hold this belief, even if you don't believe it right now, to, like, reinforce this belief inside of you that you made the decision that was right for you. I release all criticism. Again, with the criticism that's coming up here, I don't think that everyone around you, or maybe even your own mind, your own inner critic, if no one has really said anything to this, about this to you, what? Grammar? That you are criticizing yourself, and this is inviting you to release that criticism when it comes to you, in whatever form that it comes to you. One more. What does pal number 3 need to hear for Valentine's Day? Life supports me. The universe supports you, my pal number 3s. You did this to support yourself, and I think it's time to embody the you that you wanted to create when you made this decision. If you wanted to leave because you felt like that relationship was stifling you, it's time to start living that way. Some of you, I keep going back to the gender expression. If you change your gender or your gender expression, and whatever consequences happen from that, it's asking you to release and, like, live that way and live it unapologetically. I'm feeling for you that you are pretty safe in your situation if that is the case for you. So Spirit's asking you to let go and be free with it. Okay, that's all I have for you, pal number 3. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope your Valentine's Day goes wonderful. If you want to like and subscribe, ways to support me and connect with me are in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, pal number 3. This is for anyone who chose this rose quartz heart and the unknown tarot. This is a mini version of it because I usually keep this like in my bag, like I carry it with me wherever I go. But sometimes I want to whip it out and use it here. So if you skip the intro, no shade, no tea, I do it all the time in tarot readings. We are going to look at messages for you for Valentine's Day, and it's going to be like where you're at in your life right now, where you'd rather be, some romance messages, and some affirmations at the end. So the theme of this reading overall is just messages you need to hear for Valentine's Day. But to get a little background on where, you know, you are and want to be, let's look at here, where is Powerful right now at in their lives? Oh, 2 came out. It's very interesting that it came out like this, too. So we here have the 8 of Pentacles. Some steps being taken here. This is a very common thread in all of the readings that we've been doing today, is that there are like steps like that have been taken or needed to be taken. Very incremental in terms of change or whatever's happening. And then what is this? Just the 9 of Pentacles. Came out in reverse. Very interesting here. Immediate message I'm getting is that you are in the process of change at the moment. I don't know what kind of change. We'll get into that probably. Oh, by the way, this doesn't have to be a relationship. It could just be like manifesting love, or just, it's messaging you here Valentine's Day, so it's not all about relationships. Whatever this is, there's some sort of incremental change that's been going on, and I feel like with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, the next step is being blocked. It's almost like the step, for some of you it's the step before the 10 of Cups, and for some of you it's the step before the final step. So like either way, you're almost at the end of this process, but now you're stuck. Whatever this is, you're feeling stuck. There's also the Mother of Swords, so I'm feeling kind of like a defeated energy here. I'm just like tired, like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this. I'm already so close. Where's pile number 4 at right now? This is a very interesting start to the reading. So where's pile number 4 at right now? In terms of their life, in terms of where they're at. Where's pile number 4 at? The Hermit in reverse. Are you focused? Are you focused? Focus on me. Ariana Grande, Hermit in reverse. Interessante. Where's pile number 4 at right now in their life? Oh my god, we're sliding all over the place, pile number 4. What are you doing? 2 came out. We have the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. We also have Temperance in reverse here. So there's some turmoil. I don't know if this is external or internal. I'm getting, it could be internal. It almost feels like the solution to whatever this is above you. It's almost like it like eludes you almost. It's almost like you kind of know, but you don't at the same time. This needs to be in reverse for you. I think whatever this is really taking away your peace though. Okay, I don't know why, but this feels like almost deeper than it needs to be. Like I don't. File number 4. This is a very interesting reading. Let's buckle up. Let's get into this. This almost feels like this feels like overthinking. Like this almost feels like this doesn't need to. I'm laughing because this is literally me. This almost feels like this doesn't need to be as hard as it is. Like it's almost like the answer is literally right in front of your face. But at the same time, like there's like tears. Like this isn't like a small issue here. Like whatever you're dealing with like is emotional and is tough for you. I almost feel like how it's crying like on this flame, that it's dulling your flame right now. I think a message that is coming through as well with this Hermit in reverse is that you might be looking for this sort of solution as an external change, and perhaps it needs to be internal. So And this might be something your intuition is trying to tell you right now, is that something needs to change on the inside before the next step can happen. And I feel like you've been resisting that, whether or not it's like conscious or not. No judgment if you are. Like, we all resist. Yeah, Mother of Pentacles. So here we have the Daughter of Pentacles, and then we're moving into the Mother of Pentacles. So I think you're being called at this very moment in time to go into this Mother of Pentacles energy. It's almost like the idea is in your head. It's floating around. Like, I feel like you know the solution to this. Again, it's kind of like that overthinking. Where's pile number 3 at right now? Their life. Love life, situation. Yeah, I mean, this just feels like very, like, restorative here. This just feels like grounded. This feels like sure of themselves. The Daughter of Pentacles is up, like, getting around, like, what do I do? And the Mother of Pentacles is like, I know what I'm doing. I'm sitting pretty. And the Son of Swords. So there might be a lot of people involved in this. There might be a lot of, like, opinions. This could be, like, a family situation here. Yeah, and the Daughter of Cups. So there might be a lot of people involved in this. There might be a lot of family dynamics going on here. This is a family issue. Like, you're the Daughter of Pentacles, and then, like, you know, you have 2 siblings. If we're taking this very literally, like, the Daughter of Cups blaming you, but the Son agrees with you, and the Mother is like, I agree with you too, but I also see her perspective. I don't know if, like, you, like, had some plans for Valentine's Day and, like, something happened, or... I'm getting this is, like, so general for a lot of you. Like, there's just... I'm feeling like there's just... I feel like a lot of you... I can't tell if a lot of you are gonna pick this or none of you are gonna pick this pile. I am literally feeling exactly like how I am describing you're feeling. Like, I almost feel like I have the words to describe, like, what is going on in this pile, but that I can't find them. I don't know if you just heard that card just happen. It feels confusing. Yeah, I almost feel like with this card here, it feels like the change that's happening is slow, and it is happening in this all in this darkness. So I don't know if you like something just like change, like there's like a process going on, and like, you know, in the end it's gonna might be good, but like the process together isn't so great. Where's pile number 4 at right now? 2 cups in reverse. I actually want to clarify this before we get into it. Can we clarify 2 cups in reverse, please, Spirit? Can you clarify 2 cups in reverse, please? I'm feeling like I'm getting this image of 2 people literally pouring into each other's cups. So this might be a situation where you were in a dynamic or in a community, whatever it is. People were kind of flowing and going into each other. Like, literally, you know, I support you, you support me. And then it's kind of when I support you, but they didn't pour back for whatever reason. They are not supporting you for whatever reason. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe it was something that was promised to you. Like, yeah, you're gonna go on vacation with us. Or, yeah, like, this person told me they're gonna ask you out. And then it didn't happen. This was something that, like, maybe you might have worked towards. Something that this might have been the end goal, and it was kind of told to you that this is how this was gonna happen, and then it didn't. Okay, this is just getting more heated. We're gonna get more cards on how we got for the other groups. The Daughter of Wands in reverse. This feels like... Okay, I'm just gonna say what comes through. You relate it to your own experience. This feels like someone who kind of threw a temper tantrum, who wanted their own way, who's kind of a snake. Yeah, it kind of like brought the mood down, whatever it was. It just like caused more... I feel like it triggered you. My group number 4 is, I feel like it triggered you. Yeah, it invited you to look deeper into yourself. It invited you to... Oh my gosh, this came out too. But it kind of feels like pins and needles, I feel like right now, externally and internally, where you're kind of being invited to look into yourself, but I feel like you're using your mind right now. I feel like, again, you're like, what externally needs to change? How can I make this better? And maybe you don't need to make it better. Maybe there's just like, maybe you're just fine. I kind of don't want to go into the circle of like, or the triangle, I should say, of like victim, savior, like instigator or bully or whatever. Because those are ego games, right? And I feel like in this situation, like what's kind of being highlighted, I'm not sure if this is where you want to go or if this is just what spirit is kind of indicating at the time of this reading, is like pulling back and kind of just being more sure of yourself, like that you are making the right choices, that you're okay, but you're not really involved whatever the situation is. Okay. What the heck, pile number 4? It definitely feels like there's a lot of different like opinions on this. This doesn't feel like it was, or like a community sense. So now let's get where you would rather be. I'm actually being called to get some of these romance cards. Didn't do this for the other groups. At least not like this. I got these cards, but not at this point in the reading. So we're gonna get where you would rather be, group number 4. So where would group number 4 rather be right now in their situation? Getting to know each other. I'm gonna take these upright, that's what I'm feeling. So with getting to know each other, I feel like you want to know everyone's perspective on this. I feel like you would rather know where everyone's head is at rather than like hearing gossip or hearing lies. Yeah, I feel like there's a heart-to-heart conversations card in this deck, and I'm almost feeling like that's how you feel. You're just like, I would rather just like have straight up conversations here. Where would group number 4 rather be right now? Where would group number 4 rather be right now? Ah, that fell. I felt it on my foot. Spiritual. Okay. I feel like you have a spiritual sense to you with how number 4s. You hold a spiritual perspective, and I don't think that everyone else does in your situation. So you might see this as like, well, spirit, you know, put this tower moment in for all of us, and like now we're learning from it, and everyone else is like, you sound like you're crazy and like in a cult, like this is real life, man, like why? This isn't how real life works. You don't just go la la la, spirit did this. Passion. Allow your heart to sing. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I feel like you would rather just be in this energy of just passion in general. If this is romance, then you would rather just be in a romance situation. Like, you rather would just kind of do the do, I'm feeling, for some of you, rather than fight. Kind of would just rather do that. You're like, can we just get back to what we know? Like, can we just get back to what makes us feel good? Where would pile 4 rather be right now? Flirt. Yeah, again with this kind of lighthearted energy. Over here, I feel like you would rather just kind of be in more lighthearted energy. I feel like it's almost like for you this is nonchalant. Like, you're like, why is this such a big deal? I feel like it feels like a big deal though. At the same time, there's just so much dichotomy in this group, y'all. Like, this is really intense, but also like nothing is happening. Like, that's how this group feels. Like, okay, it is safe for you to love. I feel like you'd rather feel like everyone can just express themselves right now, and everyone can just like I think you wish it was like a safe space right now. Love yourself first. I don't think you're putting yourself first all the time in the situation, and I think that is where you would rather be. Oh my gosh. Express your love. Again, maybe you have to like hold back all of your thoughts and feelings on the situation in order to keep the peace, and you don't want to do that. You would rather express, and also express like this lighthearted energy that you may not feel like you can do at this very moment in time. Oh my, 2 more came out. They just like flew out if you saw that. So we have trust and we have engagement. So I think that this kind of, again, if you're in a relationship, I think you want to take this to the next level. I think you want to propose. I think you want to ask the person out. I think you want to get married, whatever the next level is for you. I feel like you want to be sure of that choice. For those of you where this isn't a romantic situation, you want to make a choice and then trust that's the right choice. Like, I'm just feeling like an upgrade almost. Like, you want, like, if you were invited somewhere on Valentine's Day, then uninvited, you're like, okay, I want to go do this thing. And then, like, trust that that was the best thing for you and that it's going to turn out okay. Rather than wait on this situation to get better. Okay. Let's get some messages that you need to hear on Valentine's Day and then some affirmations and we'll be good. Okay. What are some messages that pile number 4 needs to hear on Valentine's Day? Fitting in highest vibrational, well-intentioned, highest resonance, spirit team. What does pile number 4 need to hear for Valentine's Day? What are some messages that would be in their highest and greatest good? We have the devil in reverse. Feeling like this hot feet, like, I feel like you're maybe jumping over here, jumping over there. Type of actions. I think that whatever the situation is, you may feel like you're trying to play both sides, like you're trying to, like, play, if this is a relationship, like, play nice in the relationship and also, like, see someone else or, like, scurry off somewhere else. I feel like if this is, like, I don't know why, were you guys just, like, not invited somewhere? This is this is the situation that keeps popping up. If you weren't invited somewhere, you're, like, at one point, like, waiting for them to invite you. At the same time, you're, like, not waiting. Like, you're making other plans, but you're not telling those other people yet. Oh my goodness. Pile number 4. Your cards are just flying. I feel like there is... Okay, so the Ace of Wands at the bottom. I feel like there's going to be some sort of burst for you and this group. I feel like some sort of truth is going to be revealed here. Actually, this is first. Right now, it's kind of like here is where everyone else is at. Like, they're like, can we protect this sort of truth, this sort of knowledge? Can we not rock the boat? And you're here, like, with this knowledge of darkness. And you're like, I'm not. I'm just not. I just don't care. I just don't want to play these games that you guys are playing. That's kind of the energy that's coming through. Is that you're just like, I just don't want to play this game. So I'm just going to do my own thing here. What are some messages that pile number 4 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? This is the 6 of Wands in reverse. I think it's the 6 of Wands here. I think a message that is coming out for you is to not create actions that are going to cause conflict. Like, if you see in this card, there's a lot of darkness and there's like this rainbow. And I feel like you could contribute to this and then block the light coming in. So I think a first kind of message of advice here from your spirit team is to not create actions that you think will probably cause conflict and make the situation worse. I feel like people might be angry at you for some reason. And yep. So another message that you need to hear. So we were kind of going with the steps earlier, and I think Spirit is saying that whatever this is, however to get to the next step, it's not going to be like this happens, this happens, this happens, and this happens. It might be like we go over here and then, oh my gosh, we have to go back to step number 5 because it fell apart, and then, oh my goodness, this other person backed out. Like, this to me just feels more chaotic. I feel like it's just not gonna go how you planned in your head. There's also this feeling here in my pile number 4s of you just not caring, and I don't know if that's actually how you feel. Like, do you actually not care? And if so, is that serving you? Or is you know, this front of not caring, like a kind of an out for you to make these decisions that affect other people in this way. You're like, well, y'all are doing this, so I'm just gonna do this. I think Spirit is just inviting you to look at that and make your own decision. Yeah, 10 of Wands. You could make a decision in this circumstance, and this is kind of where the energy is going, my group number 4s. That makes you more sad, that makes everyone more sad, that causes like an extreme conflict. And that's where it feels like you're going right now. That's where it feels like you're leading towards. And Spirit is asking you to rethink that. Yeah, I think Spirit is asking you to actually go back to step 1. What was your intention with this? I don't know what this is. I don't know exactly what this problem you're facing is, or this thing that you planned out, or you had steps to work towards, and now you just don't know where it's gonna end, or what the next step is. I feel like Spirit is asking you to lean into your intuition. What were the steps we took to get here, and what was our intention with each step? What was the ultimate goal here? And if I take other actions that are going more into this darkness, is that, you know, really honoring my original intention? What are some messages for group 4 I need to hear on Valentine's Day? Oh my goodness, I feel like only group 1 and 2 were like love readings. Yeah, well, talking about love, I feel like you might hurt someone that you love. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. Those broken cups. This kind of feels like it could be like as intense as you making a decision that ends a relationship. Yeah, that ends something that you were trying to grow with the Empress here. What are some messages that Val number 4 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? And the Father of Cups. I think Spirit is inviting you to look at what would cause the most emotional stability in this, and what is actually in the greatest, highest, and good of all souls involved in this, and not just you. And I'm not trying to call you out, I'm just the messenger here. I think Spirit is just inviting you to really analyze your choices here and think about what is in the greatest and highest good of everyone. So we're gonna get some affirmations. And then we'll be done. Y'all, did you just like, were you supposed to be invited somewhere for a family event? That's just what keeps coming through. Like your family turned their back on you or something. I'm sorry if they did that. That sounds like it sucks. Okay. Affirmations for pile number 4 for what they need to hear on Valentine's Day. Every thought I think is creating my future. So Spirit isn't really inviting you to think about what your beliefs are in this situation, what you're thinking, and if that serves you here, if that is the future you want to create. I let go of all expectations. So I think this has a flavor of your not caring energy. And I don't think that Spirit is saying like that all in all is a bad thing. I think it's just they're asking you to think about, are you using that sometimes as an out to make decisions to hurt other people? You can still not care and it's still okay, but just not creating actions that hurt other people. Okay, I say out to every negative thought that comes to my mind. No person, place, or thing has any power over me, for I am the only thinker in my mind. I create my own reality and everyone in it. So you might feel like you have to make this decision, whatever it is, for whatever reason, or you're like, this is just what makes the most sense to me. And I think Spirit is challenging that a little bit and saying like, you have free will. You can create any choice that you want in this situation. It really is up to you. What future are you trying to create? Alright, what is... Oh, I was like, what's the last one? And they were like, no. Everything. What's the last affirmation that group number 4 needs to hear for Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day, oh my gosh, everything's falling apart. Ooh, we're gonna pick this one because look, it's kind of like the rose that came up earlier. So I release the past and forgive everyone. Yeah, I think... And then I experience love wherever I go. I think Spirit is saying that Are you making a decision right now on the situation that is kind of out of like spite? Is like, well, you did this, so I'm gonna do this. It almost seems like you're playing the ego game if you do that, though. I'm just saying. With this experience love wherever I go, I think Spirit is inviting you to detach from this situation, to forgive everyone, and to invite love into your life, and to invite a situation that you want to create instead. Alright, pile number 4, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being at this reading. I hope your Valentine's Day is great. All the ways to connect with me are in the description box below. If you enjoyed this reading, like and subscribe. I also make talking videos as well about self-growth, self-development, and joy, love, all those types of things. I'm wishing you so much love and so much happiness, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, pile number 4.